Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the DIY Marketing School podcast. I am your host and your marketing coach, Melanie Diane Howe. And today I've got a quick pep talk for you. We're going to talk about professionalism. What's going on, everybody? All right, this is actually going to be a quick pep talk from Mel, a little quickie pep talk, right? I actually am getting ready to head out for a meeting, but I wanted to just record this episode really quick because it's been on my mind for a while, actually. It's about the term professionalism. And I think that, I just wanted to say that professionalism is another aspect of your own personal boundaries. So what I mean by that is, whatever that word to be professional, it can mean so many different things. In fact, I went to the lovely Facebook and I posted and I said, hey, what does the word professional mean to you? And people, for the most part, people said that they thought of, the level of skill, like a professional basketball player or a professional, person who is a professional at something. And then others said, the way you look or dress and act, the way you behave, whether it be professional or unprofessional. And it really started to create this really interesting conversation. And I knew that it would, because again, I think that it goes back to our own personal brands. Your personal brand can be whatever you want it to be. And you don't create your personal brand because it's already inside of you. You just have to decide how you're going to let it out and through which filters. And having a filter does not necessarily make you inauthentic. It just simply means that you have boundaries, and your boundaries are your business. Your boundaries are up to you. You don't need to have boundaries because other people tell you to have boundaries. And I think that so often, especially women, we grow up in these templated expectations, these templated boundaries that are given to us through, cultural expectations, or even in our families, or just our childhood, how we grow up. And that's bull. You can live yourself out however you want, but you do not get to decide who you are. Your personal brand is already inside of you. You don't get to change that. You just simply get to decide how it's going to be displayed to others and how you're going to show up. And professionalism and the word professional kind of comes into this, because I think that sometimes women feel that they have to look or act to a certain degree of professionalism to be taken seriously. Men, it's the same way. That you feel like you have to show up in a particular type of role in order to be considered a professional. So we all deal with this. But what I want to just say today, and I just want to encourage you, is that you get to decide what the word professional means. You get to decide what it looks like to be professional. You get to decide what level of professionalism where you are. And I want you to remember something too, because again, there's this two-pronged approach to this word professional. There's the way we look and how we act and how we show up, right? And then there's the whole level of skill. You may not look at yourself as a professional yet, but I want you to look at yourself as a professional, no matter what level you are at, because you are doing the things. You cannot compare yourself to somebody else's, you can't compare your just getting started to somebody else's, I've been doing this for 10 or 20 years. That is not fair to yourself. And just because somebody else has more experience than you doesn't make them a better professional than you. It just makes them more experienced. That's all. And also remember that you can still show up and excel at the level you're at now as a professional. That word and what that word means is up to you, my friend. So if you feel this doubt, or you're feeling any of this just like imposter syndrome because, you're not a professional yet, no, you got to look at this as you're a professional today. Your professional level just looks different than some other people's professional levels. And also remember that there are others out there that may be looking to you and they think that you are a more skilled professional than them. So if you stop showing up, then Who do they have to look up to? How do they have to see that process? What's that process look like for them, right? So you are absolutely professional. You are a professional and you are professional at what you do. Your level just may be a little different for all kinds of different reasons, but that does not make you unprofessional or not a professional yet. Now, quickly, let's talk about the other aspect of it, which is how you look, how you act. You know, I've grown up my whole life as a hyper kid, as somebody that was, too loud, too crazy, too wild. Melanie, you need to settle down. Melanie, sit in your seat. Melanie, stop talking while the teacher's talking. Melanie, quit socializing. Rah, 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 right? And then even as I got older, sometimes my personality, which is, animated and funny and high energy, sometimes people looked at that as unprofessional. And I wasn't invited to particular types of strategic client meetings or whatnot because they were afraid I wouldn't come off as a professional. But what, quite frankly, usually happened was the clients liked me. They liked my personality because they knew what they were getting. Now, not everybody liked my personality, and that's okay. It's not any different in this world that we're in today. Not everybody likes my personality. Not everybody likes the things I say or the way I say it or how I act or the fact that I have high energy or the fact that on my live videos, half the time, I'm just kind of, having fun and sometimes I make mistakes and I just laugh at them or whatever. Some people say, I don't have time for this crap. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make me unprofessional. It just makes me not a good fit for that person who feels that way. I dress how I want to dress. I don't dress to look professional. I dress to be comfortable and I dress so that I can show up in my most authentic self. And that's not dressing up in a power suit to go to a conference. You might dress up in a power suit to go to a conference because that's who you are and that's what you want to wear and you feel your best in a power suit at a conference. That's amazing. That doesn't make you more professional than me because I show up in my t-shirt and my blazer and my jeans and my heels. No. No differently than it doesn't make me look at you and think that you're hoity-toity or whatever, right? The word professional means what it means to you. Don't let other people's definitions of professionalism and unprofessionalism dictate how you act. If you have a particular level of a personality or you have things of your aspects of your personality, you need to show up as yourself. Also, on the flip side, if you're quiet, subdued, you don't like to be the one talking all the time, and that's you, that's okay too. That doesn't make you unprofessional because you didn't speak up. It just means that that's who you are. But we do have to sometimes stretch our limits in order to reach our goals and to make connections. And this is a busy online world these days, and the way we connect with each other is virtually. We do have to show up. But it doesn't mean you have to show up in a particular way because other people dictate what is professional. You show up as yourself. You wear what you want to wear. And also remember, you are a professional because you are showing up and doing whatever it is that you're doing. At whatever level it is that you are at today, you are still a professional. So do not sit back and think, I'm not good enough. I'm not an expert enough. I'm not professional yet. Therefore, I need to sit back and wait, keep taking courses, keep learning, keep watching videos, and keep practicing. I'm not professional yet because I don't have the right equipment yet. I don't have the best camera yet. I don't have the right kind of microphone. I don't have the right kind of lights. I don't have the right stuff. I can't do that yet. No, you show up with what you have today because you are still a professional. You are just at a different level. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to show up. And I want you to show up as yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. All right, I got to hit it. I got to get out of here. I got to go. I wanted to just record this really quick because, again, it's been on my mind like crazy. And the last thing I'll say, if you're in an environment that won't accept you for who you are and won't let you show up the way you need to show up to do your best, it might be time to change your environment. So find some peers, find some support structure, find a support system, and get the hell out of there and move on. Move in a direction where you can be yourself and show up the way you want to show up. All right, my friends, that's all I got for you today. I hope this was helpful. And if you think there's somebody else that needs to hear this, please share it with them. I think there's a lot of people that need to hear this message. I know I have needed to hear this message many, many times in my journey through life. But I just wanted to share this with you all today because, like I said, it's been on my mind, and I hope it helps. All right, I'm out of here. Go have a good day and go be yourself.